So today we're going to go to Mississippi to my Nana's house and we're going to make the best gumbo ever. Right now we're halfway there at Mobile, Alabama, getting some coffee at Sardis. So I made it to Mississippi and I'm here with my Nana and she makes the best gumbo ever. So we're going to make gumbo today and my family likes potato salad with their gumbo, so I went ahead and already made the potato salad. So let's go ahead and make our gumbo. Hold up, I totally forgot to tell you guys that we went to New Orleans to find some gumbo. We went to a place called the Gumbo Shop. It was really good, so I wanted to bring some to Mississippi to compare it to my Nana's. So before we get back to cooking, go ahead and like and subscribe. Nana, you gonna tell us what to do?
Yeah, I make gumbo like my mama taught me how to make gumbo, so we're just handing it down. The very first thing is we make our own chicken stock, and that's just from where I come from, that's what we did, and it's actually better to me. So we take the chicken, if it has bones in it, go ahead and take it out. That's one of the first things you do, let it be cooling, so as you do everything else, you'll be able to handle it and debone it, get all the bones. You don't want bones in your gumbo. So this is chicken thighs, and we like the dark meat, it has a lot more flavor. The bones give it a lot of flavor too, so it really adds to the stock.
It's time for our ingredients. 1 small onion, 1 cup of peppers, and 1.5 cup of okra. So how are we gonna make it?
Okay, a lot of people do not like chunks. Your dad did not like chunks when he was growing up, so I started blending everything in our food processor. I don't have a blender right here, but put it in the blender and you have to add a little bit of water and just smush it like mush it. And then we'll get all that together, then we'll work on our roux. So go ahead and put all of that in there. Okay, in order to pulverize it well, I add a little bit of water. And this is frozen a little bit. Got from a local farm. We put up in the summer. Okay, this is okra. The okra is always foamy when you get done. And we're going to pour all of this in a bowl and we'll add this to our roux. Now, Bethany, you want to add the pepper?
Yep.
I'm going to add some water with it as well. Okay.
It's okay if you do not want to clean it out because they're all going to go in the same pot.
Exactly.
Okay. So we have our mixture right here. You ready? You're going to be pouring it into this pot with the chicken mixture. Yeah, chicken stock, like water. Just make sure that there's no bones in here, or else you'll be tasting bone, and you don't want to taste bone. So let's pour this all in.
It keeps it from splattering.
Oh.
Right now it looks like green mush, but just wait.
So this is tomato rotel, and so this part is optional. You can either blend it and have small pieces, or you can just put it in as is to get big chunks of tomato.
Okay, the secret to good gumbo is the roux. So we've got our vegetables and the stock here going. Bethanys stirring that. So now I'm going to make the roux. First thing we're going to do, I've got some, I use canola oil, about 1/2 to 3/4 cups of canola oil, and we'll turn it on high. You don't want to do this too fast because it will burn really quickly, and my mama would take forever. I do a lot of shortcuts. I've learned I don't want to stand there and do that for hours at a time. So that's one thing that pulverizing the vegetables helps. You don't have to stand there. Mama used to put the vegetables in here and cook them. It's, you know, her gumbo is good, but I don't have time for that. So this is the way I do it, and it works. So we got it on high right now till it gets good and hot. We're going to stir it. This is how Southern women make gravy. This is just brown gravy. And the browner, the better, but not burnt. A lot of people have gumbo that color. That's not gumbo to me. It's got to be good and brown. The brown flavor is the roux, and it will make or break your gumbo. I ended up using that whole cup. Now sometimes if it's too much oil and you get finished with the gumbo and it's a little too much oil, you can lay light bread on top of it and it'll soak up the extra oil and you just toss it. So that's one little pearl for you.
So now I'm going to do 1/4 of the shrimp crab oil.
1/4 cup.
1/4 cup and half of this pure ground gumbo flake. So let's do that.
Not gumbo without those two things. Not in our house.
Make sure you do it half, not a lot.
This roux is just a little past blonde. It's not good and dark yet, but at this point you have to be very careful. It will burn really quickly. So make sure you stand over it and make sure that you stir it till you get the right consistency. It's almost there, because it may splatter still. But if it's hot, it won't be as bad. And what I found with the brown gravy, if you add a little bit of the brown gravy mix to this, you can get it browner without getting so close and possibly burning this roux to start with. Add a little more water to this roux. When you put that roux in there, it's going to make it heavier. So we'll turn it down just a little bit. It's doing a good job stirring it. Okay, when you're deboning chicken, you need to take all the fat off. Just leave the fat off and pull the chicken and just put it in this pan here, but make sure there's no knuckles. When you get there close to that bone, sometimes those little knuckles gonna get in there, and you don't want to jump on knuckles when you open your gumbo. That is gonna, you don't have to really pull it apart. When you put it all in there, it's gonna cook down. So just get a hold of it and pull that chicken, just pull that bone out of it.
It's also easier if you are doing the chicken to go with the threads instead of going against it like that. Just go with it.
Right.
Now we need to add our sausage. So how we're gonna do that is you need to cut down the middle right here.
So we're gonna cut it in fourths.
Yeah, fourths. And then one more down here, and then you can just start cutting it. You can do them bigger pieces if you like bigger pieces. But I like smaller pieces in my gumbo.
Since we pulverized all the vegetables, we don't want big chunks of sausage. So we got 3 meats. We got chicken, and we have, this is Conecuh sausage from Conecuh County, Alabama. It's the best sausage around. We've tried lots of kinds. This is our favorite. And then we picked up some shrimp. So we've got to shell the shrimp. We don't want any shell in there, so we'll get all the meat ready, then we'll add it to the roux. All right, this is a shrimp. The way we shell shrimp, we're going to pinch the tail here, and that'll pull the tail off. And then we're just going to kind of unwrap it, kind of like unwrapping a present, this little shrimp. Make sure you get all the shell off. Put it in the bowl, and when you get done, we're going to wash that and make sure there's no shells. If you put water in it, those shells a lot of times float to the top, so make sure you don't have any shells in your shrimp. We're going to add some tomato sauce, some garlic salt, kind of to taste. We'll add a little bit, then we'll taste it and make sure it's good. Okay, I also add a little bit of A1, whatever I've got in the freezer. Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Worcestershire sauce, steak sauce, whatever I have, gives it a little extra flavor. Still needs a little bit of salt, I think. All right, now we're going to add our meats. The chicken is done already. Okay. and then the sausage, bit of meat. The longer it sits, the better the flavors marry and marinate. So all those flavors are going to sit together for a while. We'll be able to enjoy it in a little while. If you put it in the refrigerator tomorrow, it will even be better. Put it in the freezer, and that will even be better. We've got to let the shrimp cook now. The sausage, it won't take long. The chicken's done already, so it'll take about 3 to 5 minutes for the shrimp to get done. We're going to turn it down really low and put the lid on it, and let it just sit on warm for a little while, and let those juices marinate.
Most people like their gumbo over rice, but if you've never tried it over potato salad, I would try it over potato salad. First of all, we're all tasting the gumbo from the gumbo shop.
Yeah.
You don't care what I say?
I don't care what you say.
Okay, 'cause I'm not a big fan of them.
We all like the gumbo from the gumbo shop, but except for Levi. But to be fair, he doesn't like gumbo anyway. In the end, we're all kind of biased. We liked Nana's the most, including Papa.
You're on the
Can't wait to see y'all next week when we're making caramel fraps, mochas, and lattes.